the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Well, we gather tonight to celebrate the central mystery of our Catholic faith, the resurrection of Christ from the dead. In fact, we gather simply to renew our baptismal promises. So every year we celebrate one feast that lasts 50 days, simply to remember who we are. So in a few moments, I'm going to ask you to renew your baptismal promises. That's basically all we do. So tonight it is essential for us to value the sacrament we have received as baptism. So today we congratulate with the new Christians that are going to be baptized tonight and receive confirmation and First Communion for the first time. So they receive this sacrament in the context of the renewal of our baptismal promises. So we put together an entire liturgy, an entire Mass that used to last the entire night before, simply so that you may renew what you promised the day you were baptized. So you should know what is it that you promised. I'm going to remember what the priest said to you the day you were baptized. The priest took the lighted candle from the Easter candle and gave it to you or to your parents, saying, "You have been enlightened by Christ. Walk always as children of the light, and keep the flame of faith alive in your hearts. When the Lord comes, may you go out to meet him with all the saints in the heavenly kingdom." Maybe you're not able to remember that. Your parents should be able to remember that. So, as you know, the sacrament baptism erases original sin from our soul, makes us children of God and children of the Church. And then after that we receive the sacraments of confirmation, First Holy Communion. So as you witness tonight, after we blessed the Easter candle outside and the fire, then we entered, we processed in, and the entire church was in darkness. Then little by little, the entire church was illumined from the light that we got from the Easter candle. So, if you have been baptized, and you do not live, if you are not faithful to your baptismal promises, you have no reason to exist. Christ paid with his blood, with his death. He purchased your soul so that you may live with him and live as he lived. So, if we are not faithful to our baptismal promises, we are good for nothing. See? You have to keep that in mind. See? So, the light you got from the Easter candle tonight represents the life of God that you received in baptism. And you are supposed to bring that light to your own family, to your co-workers, friends, relatives, so that in every corner of the world, Christ might be there through you. You are to illumine every corner of the world with the light of Christ. See? So what's the issue? What's the problem? You know, years back, the first 3 centuries, we had the empire, then the emperor who became a Christian, 3rd century. But that world of the 3rd century was not pagan at all. Every citizen of the empire was supposed to worship any god, especially the ones in the state. In fact, the emperor was made God, a human being divinized. It would have been better for us to live at that time. We didn't have pagans at that moment. Now we do. Now we do. We have an entire world that no longer believes in anything. See? Now the world is so powerful that the world makes us apostate the faith. Not even pagans anymore. It would be better if we became pagans again. Well, we apostate of the faith, of the Catholic faith. There is a saying, a Latin saying that says, corruptio optimi pessima. The corruption of the best is the worst. If someone who hasn't been baptized does not love God, makes absolutely no difference. But if you have received baptism and you are not being faithful to it, you are the worst of society. See? That is why St. Paul in the epistle today reminds us of who we are. And he says, I want you to remember that sin had no power in the life of Christ anymore. So yourselves, you should consider yourselves dead to sin and alive in Christ Jesus our Lord. So I want to encourage you today to take seriously the promises you made in baptism. To have nothing to do with Satan, with its enticements and seductions, to believe in the Holy Trinity, the Catholic Church, resurrection of the dead and life everlasting. If we were a little bit more faithful to those promises, the world would be a better place. So tonight, let us encourage one another to be better Catholics than last week.